Welcome to Kingdom of Spirit and Truth, where he died for us, so let's live for him. My name is Justin Ray. Yahushua's parables give us a lot of information of what's going to happen in the end time. So as the time is drawing near, I want you to ask yourself a question. Are you a wheat or a tare? Let's find out more as this is explained. Make sure you like, comment, share, subscribe, and follow on both of my media platforms, Facebook and YouTube. So
Push the button. Come on. Push the button. Come on, push the button.
Yeah, come on, push the button.
Push the button.
Button.
You heard what she said.
humor theme music. Matthew 13th chapter, 24th through the 30th verse. Another parable he put forth to them, saying, The kingdom of heaven is like a man who sowed good seeds in his field. But while men slept, his enemy came and sowed tares among the wheat and went his way. But when the grain had sprouted and produced a crop, then the tares also appeared. So the servants of the owner came and said to him, Sir, did you not sow good seed in your field? How then does it have tares? He said to them, An enemy has done this. The servants said to him, Do you want us to go and gather them up? But he said, No, lest while you gather up the tares, you also uproot the wheat with them. Let both grow together until harvest. And at the time of harvest, I will say to the reapers, First gather together the tares and bind them in bundles to burn them, but gather the wheat in my barn. In this series, we're going to learn the mysteries of the Lord. You know, the disciples asked Jesus, Yahushua, they said, Why do you speak to them in parables? And Jesus responded back to them by saying, Because it has been given to you to know the mysteries of the kingdom of heaven, but to them it has not been given. Then he also says, Therefore I speak to them in parables, because seeing they do not see, and hearing they do not hear, nor do they understand. And in them the prophecy of Isaiah is fulfilled, which says, Hearing you will hear, and shall not understand, and seeing you will see, and not perceive. For the hearts of this people have grown dull, for their ears are hard of hearing, and their eyes they have closed, lest they should see with their eyes and hear with their ears, lest they should understand with their hearts and turn, so that I should heal them. Right now, we're living in a time where people's eyes are closed and ears are deaf. They are rejecting the word of our Father. They're rejecting the word of Christ. So there's only going to be a remnant that's going to make it anyway. That's the hard truth. There's only going to be a remnant of the people in this world that's going to make it into heaven. But I want to teach you the secrets or the mysteries of our Father. Let's begin. Verse 24 of chapter 13 explains. It reads, The kingdom of heaven is like a man who sowed good seed in his field. Now the man represents the Son of Man, which we know as Jesus Christ, Yahushua HaMashiach. And the good seeds represents the children of the kingdom. And the field represents the world that we live in today. Verse 25. But while men slept, his enemy came and sowed tares among the wheat and went his way. Now the enemy in this verse represents devil, Satan, Lucifer, whatever you want to call him. And the tares that he sowed in the field represents the children of Satan. Now in the beginning of the verse it says, but while men slept. Here's the mystery in this part. But while men slept represents how Satan, when he sowed his seeds in the field, he did it in secret. He always do it in a cunning way. Give you an example. Adam and Eve, the first two people that's made in this written world or this known world. He didn't go to Adam because Adam was given the commands by God. What did he do? He ended up going to Eve, where Eve was given the commands by man and not God. And he was able to deceive her and work on her emotions. So how did he do it? He did it in secret. He made sure first Adam wasn't around because he had to get her one on one. Had Adam been there in the first place, he wouldn't have been able to succeed in his plan. But he waited till man slept. In this case, he waited till Adam wasn't in the picture. So that way, he was able to get Eve one on one and able to deceive her. Now, in these last set of verses, verse 26 through 30, we have four parts that are mysteries in the scriptures. The four parts, starting with harvest. Harvest represents the end times, the end of days, when Jesus is going to come back for his people. The reapers is going to be the angels that's going to come and gather all the tare and all the wheat and bundle them separately together. Now, to burn them is going to represent the hell or the lake of fire. And when it says my barn, when Jesus talks about my barn, that's talking about heaven. Verse 26 reads, but when the grain has sprouted and produced a crop, then the tares also appeared. So the servants of the owner came and said to him, sir, did you not sow good seeds in your field? How then does it have tares? He said to them, an enemy has done this. The servants said to him, do you want us then to go and gather them up? But he said, no, lest while you gather up the tares, you also uproot the wheat with them. Let them both grow together until harvest. Now let's pause right there. Now, why did Jesus, as he is telling this parable, let them both grow up together? Why didn't he just separate the tares from the wheat from the very beginning? Well, because Satan is so cunning and he does everything in secret and he makes the world look like it's Christ. He said, let it grow up together because we can't tell the difference in the beginning. As wheat and tare grow, they both look the same. But when it is fully grown, you can see the separation between them. Just like life, you may have grown up with someone who you would have never have thought that would have turned the other direction. They may start off as wheat. They may be obeying commands of God our Father. But in their hearts, they was waiting to rebel. And then at a certain point in their life, they just completely switch. Now let's go vice versa. You might have someone that's been bad all them days, all their young days growing up. Went to juvie, went to jail, but all of a sudden, they have had a change of heart. They found Christ in prison. It happens. And now that person has now become wheat. Regardless of what they went through in their life, they turned their life over to Christ and now have become wheat. Now let's finish up verse 30. And at the time of harvest, I will say to the reapers, first gather together the tares and bind them in bundles to burn them, but gather the wheat into my barn. Now the scriptures clearly state when Yahushua comes back that the reapers are going to gather up the tares first and burn them. Now the question you should be asking yourself is, how do I know if I am a tare? Well, Galatians 5 is going to explain that. Galatians 5th chapter, 16 through 17, 19 through the 21st verse. I say then, walk in the Spirit, and you shall not fulfill the lust of the flesh. For the flesh lusts against the Spirit, and the Spirit against the flesh. And these are contrary to one another, so that you do not do the things that you wish. Now the works of the flesh are evident, which are adultery, fornication, uncleanness, lewdness, idolatry, sorcery, hatred, contentions, jealousies, outbursts of wrath, selfish ambitions, dissensions, heresies, envy, murderers, drunkenness, revelries, and the like, of which I tell you beforehand, just as I told you in the time past, that those who practice such things will not inherit the kingdom of God. And how do you know if you are wheat? Galatians 5th chapter, 22nd through the 24th verse. But the fruit of the Spirit is love, joy, peace, long suffering, kindness, goodness, faithfulness, gentleness, self control. Against such there is no law. And those who are Christ have crucified the flesh with its passions and desires. If we live in the Spirit, let us walk in the Spirit. Be blessed.